Welcome to another edition of Pop the Chart Earnings. Yo, we got Tesla earnings. They're right there on your screen. If you can't see them, you need to take your sunglasses off and take a look at the screen right now. Yo, they just came across. Welcome to the show. My name is Corey. I'm the host of Pop the Chart. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Feel free to join as we take you through the Tesla earnings, live call, webcast, and a whole lot more. First and foremost, I have to tell you, I am not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money. You got to make your own decisions. You had to invest in the market at your own risk. I'll give you the most educated information that I can. But today we're going to do the earnings call, live, webcast, and more. Feel free to share the link out. Let everybody know. Hit up the live chat. Say hi. Right now, it looks like Tesla's Q1 2021 EPS of 93 cents beats the 79 cent estimate. Tesla reported quarterly earnings of 93 cents per share, which beat the analyst consensus estimate of 79 cents by 17.72%. This is a $304.35 or 304.35% increase over earnings of 23 cents per share from the same period last year. Also, Tesla's Q1 sales of $10.39 billion beat the $10.29 billion estimate. So Tesla's reported quarterly earnings of 93 cents per share, which beat the analyst consensus of 79 cents by 17.72%. This is again, we just said an increase over earnings per share from the same period last year. The company reported quarterly sales of $10.39 billion, which beat the analyst consensus estimate of $10.29 billion by 96%. This is 73.58% increase of sales of $5.99 billion of the same period last year. So we have a beat, ladies and gentlemen, and taking a look at it, looking at Tesla stock currently, it finished today at $738.20, up 1.21%. It is currently kind of had a little spike. It started to come back down a little bit, so we shall see very, very soon where it ends up going. Is heading downward. It's down 1.1% in the after hours, so we're taking a little bit of a drop. However, as we continue to get more information, it says Tesla says first deliveries of new Model S should start very shortly. Deliveries, let's see, Q1 deliveries, 184.877 thousand, up 109% year over year. Production, 180.338K, up 76 year over year. Let's see, Tesla says semi deliveries will also begin in 2021, so they're announcing that. That is coming across. Let's see here, Tesla Model Y production rate in Shanghai continues to improve quickly. 2 new factories, Berlin, Texas, are making progress. Tesla expects to achieve 50% average annual growth in vehicle deliveries. Tesla says Texas factory build-out continues to progress quickly, remaining on track to start production deliveries late 2021. I'll pull down the audio here just a little bit. Let's see here. Tesla expects Shanghai factory to continue to increase quarterly production output through the year. So there is your earnings. Feel free to share out the link. Let everybody know. I will have the live phone call later on. I got it pulled up here. I do have it pulled up and have it ready to go. It looks like we have some people coming in, coming out. Be sure to say hi, introduce yourself in the live chat. Feel free to let us know what you think. I know old Elon putting out the deets, putting out all the stuff. We might get him on the phone call here soon. Just saying. So hit up the live chat, say hi, introduce yourself, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help the channel out. So I will hang out with you. The call is supposed to set to go live at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, and so we'll have that for you. So we'll just hang in there. We got the earnings. We'll follow the chart. We'll keep it up and upbeat. Feel free to chat it up, say hi, introduce yourself, and share out the link. We want to get this channel growing, and if we can, any way we can. And let's get this Tesla earnings and let's rock out today on this Monday, April 26, 2021. I'm gonna while I've got you all just kind of hanging right now, I'm gonna pull up the call and have it kind of ready, at least the link here. Oh, check this out. This is cool. I love it when earnings does stuff like this. Oh, hang on. I clicked away from it. Oh, check this out. Yeah, we got our little countdown. Which, by the way, this right here, for the most part, most of this is all right here. So I'm just going to get rid of this one. You'll be able to see right there. I'm going to make this a little smaller. As small as I can get it. Without losing the logo. Oh, there we go. Look at that. It's even made to... It's got to be at least that big. And then, we're going to put this right over here. And then I'm going to pull this down to make it just a little wider. I was hoping to get all of it in there, but maybe we have to just change this. It's all good. I'm gonna get this on the screen where you can see it just a little better. I want to be able to get it all on there. Figures. It's gonna block it. I can't get it any better than that. The only other way is to eliminate this up here, which I can do. But I like to be able to see at least what's going on. We'll just do this. This is what it is. There we go. Of course, now I'm blocking it with my face. Now my face is in the way. Come on, man. I can't win. It's too big. Oh. It's all good. We're just going to eliminate this. We'll do that. We'll eliminate that. And I'll just put this up here. There we go. This is about the only way I can do it. That way y'all can see. And then I'll bring in that other article. There we go. At least there you can see everything. You got all the earnings, you got the countdown, we got the chart right there. It's all live right there for you. Perfectly. You can see everything. I made it work. Alright, we had a bunch of people in here that everybody just all of a sudden disappeared. I don't know what happened. Are you out there? Are there people out there in the world? Can you hear me? Everything seems to be turned on. The volume seems to be working. It's showing we have some viewers. If you're in, say hi. Introduce yourself in the live chat. Let me know you can hear me. We're gonna jam out here in a little bit. We're gonna get get Tesla, the live stream. He says hello. Oh, there we go. Con Andreas says hi. Welcome. Welcome. All right, good. At least you can hear me. That's all that matters. I just wanted to make sure. I'm like, nobody said anything. Where'd everybody go? There's all these people in here and they all disappeared in like 2 seconds. Share it out. Let everybody know. Let them know. So we're gonna have the call here. We got it ready. It says literally an hour and 8 minutes. Our countdown. So we got our countdown clock all the way to know when it is. So we got the big countdown. We're ready to rock. 1 hour and 8 minutes and 18 seconds right now, and it will have the Tesla. We'll have the Tesla earnings call. So share the link out. Let everybody know. Say, come in, come join. Feel free. I have the live news feed, which is yelling at me right now. I guess I got so much stuff up here loading on the screen. It's jacking up right now, but it'll be all right. It does that from time to time. So it should fix itself. But regardless, we got the earnings test. The Q1 sales 10.39 billion. And working. This is aggravating me. Why this isn't working right now? I don't know what's going on. Too much on the internet, I guess. I don't know. You got too much going on. You got this countdown going on. You got the live stream going on. My computer's probably yelling at me. It's telling me, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? There it goes. Alright, so. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. Too much. Too much. Of course, Tesla had a Q&A, by the way. You could go on and you could actually ask retail questions and institutional questions that you could go in and they could get upvoted, by the way. And if they get upvoted, sort of like Reddit, they get upvoted, get so many votes and shares, whatever. That those are votes or whatever. These questions tend to be the ones that get asked. So there's a whole bunch of different questions on here that people have asked. I thought about it. I was like, I'm about to go through and just find out, see if there's any really funny questions. Like, see if someone just asked something just off the wall, random, for like Elon Musk, just to see, like, what he would like, just to see what he'd say. I'm like, I'm just wondering how many people in here wrote a question about Doge. I want to know if anybody wrote a Dogecoin question. Like, yo, did you write anything about Doge with old Elon? I'm curious. I would like to know. I'll have to go through here and see if I can just find it. Let's see here. Alright. Yo, I posted out. So, yo, Tesla people, come join the fun. Everybody's all asking, what's going on with the Tesla stock? Why is it going down? Everybody's asking, it's going down. We got good news. Why is it going down? Well, that's just the way the market is. Sometimes it does that. And not to mention after hours. Alright, so you might have to just that little bit of, let me confirm here. You might just have that little bit of, you know, you get those people that get worried about it and they sell off in earnings. It happens, alright? There's a lot of times that happens. Nobody really knows. They're like, why is this? I'm just wondering. Okay, so there's a record on my channel, by the way. There's a record, and that record for Tesla, or I mean not for Tesla, but for my channel, is 294. That was by BlackBerry. If Tesla can beat 294 people on my channel, it'd be the record. All right. So I'm just wondering if Tesla can do it. So if you are part of this Tesla craze, we have to get over 294 people in here. All right, that's the record. Got to beat BlackBerry. Got to beat them. Got to beat BlackBerry. So you got to let everybody know, yo, come on in, join the channel. Let's get so much closer to that record. 294 on my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Corey. I'm the host of Pop the Chart. I do the show each day, market open through market close. Of course, this past week's been kind of crazy. I was out on vacation last week. I'm gonna be out again this week, not for vacation. So I went to Florida for a wedding. I visited my family down there. My aunt, who I got to see on Sunday of last week. I saw her at the wedding on Saturday, and I was at her house on Sunday. We got all the way back here to the house that was in Florida. We flew back home. I live here in Ohio, and we got back home, and then the very next day found out that my aunt passed away. So now I'm having to go back. I'm leaving to go back down for a funeral. So it's been a crazy couple weeks for me. I've been all over the place. So I just got home, and now I have to turn around and go back. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, so keep in mind, though, I do the show on a normal, regular basis. I do have market open through market close, Monday through Friday. So please feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the channel, help grow the channel, anything you can do. Thank you so much. All right. I am going to refresh this really quick. So there was a lot coming through the feed there. So you got all the deets on Tesla right here for the Q1 earnings and everything. Let's see here. We do have this. I'm going to read it off camera. So shares of Tesla decreased in the aftermarket trading after the company reported Q1 results. Earnings per share were up 304% over the past year. It's to 9.93 or to 93 cents, which beat the 79-cent estimate. So there was a beat. So they're like, what's going on? Revenue up by 73.58% from the same period last year. Guidance. Tesla didn't issue any guidance, so maybe that's part of it. As far as technicals, company had a 52-week high of $900, 52-week low, 136. Price action over the last quarter was down 12%. Of course, there was some stuff that happened, just went down. But then it tells you a little bit about the company, a little bit about Tesla, how it was founded, and where, and whatnot, and so forth and so on. So there's some details of that. But it got a beat. I understand it, as we're just about to be 1 hour away from the earnings. 1 hour earnings call. All right, looks like David Piercy, why is Tesla going down? That's a good question. I don't understand it. They got a beat on their earnings. They had good earnings. Doesn't make any sense. All right, the only thing I can think of is maybe is this right here. They're just talking about the progress, their progress for like their production and whatnot. Let's see here, and they said that where was it at? There was something. Deliveries were up. First delivery should start very short. I think that might be it. They're just talking about the new Model S should start very shortly. I mean, all this stuff seems to be good news. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. So the only thing I can think of is maybe it's just some scared money. That's all. And some people were just like, "Oh, it's earnings. I don't know what's going on." And it's like, that's like they're all running around freaking out. I don't get it. It don't make any sense. That's great earnings. I mean, that's epic earnings. I don't know. But yeah, so David says, right on, bro. Right on. I get you. 100%. So, I don't know. Some things just don't make sense. But hey, we got 56 minutes and 37 seconds. You know, in the until the live webcast starts, the call. So I have that. Make sure you stick around. Share out the link. Let everybody know. Say, hey. Say, come on in. Say, this guy's got what you need. I got what you need. All right. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, we got to get this above BlackBerry. BlackBerry was at 294. We had 294 people for BlackBerry as the record on the channel. We need to get Tesla up and over top of that. I know we can. I know Tesla is. Come on, Tesla's got to be like the biggest thing since sliced bread, right? Come on now, or since toast. The biggest thing since toast. Anyway, we gotta get that up and running. Plus, not to mention, so I typically do the show Monday through Friday, and last week I was out at vacation, and then came back from vacation. Found out my aunt passed away, so now I'm going to back to where I just was on vacation last week. I was just down. We had a family wedding. I was visiting town with my aunt. While I was down there, she'd been battling cancer. She passed away on Saturday, so we're going back down this week. So this week's a little crazy. So this is really like the only time that I'm gonna get like doing the show for a 2-week span, which just blows my mind because I was doing it every day, and then it just all of a sudden, you know, I've kind of been crazy. I've had a crazy schedule, so we gotta get some people in here so I can get the get that time for that YouTube time in and keep growing my numbers. So I appreciate each and every one of you for being there, helping me out so far, especially some of my regulars that's been coming in. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it. Feel free to share the link out. Let everybody know. Come on in. Let's get this thing going. All right, so what do you all think? What do you think about Tesla? I mean, here's the thing, right? It's over $700. I mean, I do remember last month when we take a look at Tesla. We looked at it last month. It was $600. It was pushing 5 something, man. I was thinking that Tesla was going down, and then all of a sudden they just had that nice little ride back up. Had that fall from grace, and they came back. So just seeing it down 2.5%, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? But I'm sure Elon will throw out some good stuff. The cool thing, you know, one thing that I have to say, I haven't done an earnings call with Tesla yet, so this is my first one. But just so you know, but here's the thing. they got this really cool, because I've done a lot of earnings calls. This is a really cool thing where they do a Q&A online where you could go on and you can like put in your question, and it tells you, like, I'm gonna refresh it, by the way, see if there's any new questions, whatever. It says 1 hour left, but like you could, there's 1,222 retail questions, 17 institutional questions, and then they basically, you can share or vote for whatever question you like, and they'll ask it on the earnings call. I think this is really super cool, is you get a chance for retail investors, for people like you and me, to actually ask a question. I'm just wondering if anybody in here said anything about Doge, right? Somebody. I'm thinking about asking it myself. I'm thinking about going on here and saying, yo, are you gonna make, how much Doge do you own? Like, Elon, how much Doge coin do you have? And, Stephanie said, what were the deciding factors behind buying 1.5 billion of Bitcoin and accepting Bitcoin as payment for products? All right, so that's like, someone did ask a crypto question. So there is a crypto question here. But I thought it was someone to be like, yo, how much Dogecoin do you own, Elon? And and are you, and can we use Doge now? I guess you can now, because Bitcoin looks like it is acceptable as a payment. So you could just transfer your Doge into Bitcoin, just do the exchange rate on that, and then buy a Tesla in Bitcoin. How cool is that? There you go. You can pay for a Tesla in Bitcoin. Get it? That's epic. Yo, Elon taking the crypto. Taking the crypto. That's what we need to do. We all say, you take Doge to the moon, make the profit from Doge, and buy us a Tesla. Doge is your way to a Tesla. Dogecoin. And then you just use it for Bitcoin and transfer it, exchange it, go. There you go. Unless you just all of a sudden got a few Bitcoins stashed around somewhere. If you're one of those peeps, you got a few Bitcoin just hanging around, You're like, oh man, I got a few thousand Bitcoin just sitting over here, That's nice. Keep in mind, Bitcoin, last I looked, was over 53K. So if you have a lot of Bitcoin just sitting around, you're doing pretty good right now. Doing pretty good. Let's see here. Tesla insurance. Let's see. Elon. This one actually starts out with Elon. You put out the call for nickel suppliers and miners to ramp up supply to meet growing demand for EVs. Can you speak to Tesla's progress since then in securing knee contracts for the next several years, 3 to 5, whatever. So anyway, like I said, you can just go on, you can just ask a question. You literally can just ask a question. I just posted on Stocktwits. I said, Tesla, I got what you need. The earnings call. I said, oh, it's spiking. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's lighting up. It's green. Green means go. Look at it. Look at this thing. Look at it lighting up on the 1 minute chart. Woo! Looks like some people are starting to buy. We got a new story here. What's going on? Tesla share. Let's see here. Tesla revenue rises 74% to $10.4 billion in Q1. $10.4 billion. That's huge, ladies and gentlemen. $10.4 billion. Come on in. Yo, look at it lighting up right now. That's crazy. You can see that news came out, and it's just all of a sudden people are like, yo, it's starting to head back up there for you, David. Yo, welcome so much. If you're just popping in, welcome. My name's Corey. I'm host of Pop the Chart. Going to have the Tesla earnings for you here shortly. Yes, it's 47 minutes and 2 seconds as of right now, and it's counting down. We have it ready to rock for you. As for their actual earnings, their Q1 sales, $10.39 billion, beat the $10.29 billion estimate. So they did have a beat on a Q1. Also, earnings was 93 cents. It beat the 79-cent estimate. So there you go. They got a beat on earnings, despite having a little bit of drop in the after hours, down 2.6% as of right now in the after hours. It was up. Tesla was up 1.21% on the day until it hit the after hours, and the earnings came out and it just took a little bit of a dip, which I'm surprised. I'm like, the earnings are good. What is going on? Why are people selling? Makes no sense. Anyway, regardless. It looks like it's trying to turn around and head back upward. So we're seeing some upward momentum on Tesla. Of course, we had some other news as well with Tesla. It looks like they said, just as I go back here and read some of the information, so deliveries were up 1.9% over year. Production was up 76% year over year. So that's all good. You had, let's see here, the semi deliveries are going to also begin in 2021. So you got the semi truck that, if you haven't seen it yet, some videos out there of the semi truck going around the track. They got some videos of that. You can check that out. Looks like the Model Y production rate in Shanghai continued to improve. See 2 new factories in Berlin, plus Texas is making progress. And then they said Tesla expects to achieve 50% average annual growth in vehicle deliveries. So there's that. Tesla says Texas factory build-out continues to progress quickly, remaining on track to start production deliveries in late 2021. I mean, there's just all kinds of good news coming out. Everything seems to be good news. I don't get it. I'd say why this stock went down. It doesn't make any sense. I think it's just some people scared, a little bit scared. They're like, oh, earnings. I don't know. I'm out. Whatever. Regardless, either way, unless it was some people just taking profits for the day. That's a possibility. Could have had some people taking some profits from the day. But anyway, see here. Currently setting at $720 right now in the aftermarket. We got 15 peeps up in here. Feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share out the link, let everybody know. Record is 294 people here in the stream, and that was with BlackBerry earnings. We're going to find out if Tesla can beat BlackBerry, so share the link out, let everybody know. Say, Elon, yo, if you can beat BlackBerry, 294 in my stream, you better share that link out, you let everybody know. Yo, come on in, say hi, introduce yourself. There's a live chat there. My name is Corey. I'm the host of Pop the Chart. Do the show each day, market open through market close. However, schedule this week, much like last week, is going to be crazy because I was out of town last week, went on vacation, went to a wedding, and then I spent some time with my aunt down in Florida. Like I said, after the wedding, we went down. Whatever. I got back from the trip and found out the very next day that my aunt passed away. She was diagnosed about 3 months ago with cancer, and unfortunately passed on Saturday. So I am heading back down for a funeral this week. So this week's a little crazy. Last week was crazy, but I will be back. I expect to be back Monday of next week and ready to rock for a full week next week. So, like I said, please hang in there with me. Thank you to each and every one of you that was with me today. I know I had to jump in and out, making calls, plans, getting everything squared away so I could figure out where and when I was going to go. So thank you so much to each one of you for that. And for all the support, thank you all so much. Means a lot. Again, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to join the channel. We're trying to grow it. Started in March, and we're growing. So thank you. So let's do this. Tesla, 42 minutes. I was trying to see if there's any more cool questions on this thing, this Q&A. You can go in and you can ask questions. Let's see. Oh, so this is a pretty cool little question. When will Starlink IPO, and how will retail investors be given priority? Will Tesla investors be able to buy a pre-IPO? That's a really cool question. That's actually kind of interesting. It's like, hey, yo, I know Starlink's coming around the corner. When's it gonna IPO? Which odds are they're probably not going to tell you that. Probably not going to tell you. The answer to that question is probably going to say soon. Whenever or whenever it does. Because they're not going to tell you a date. So you're not going to get a date to that. Nobody, if they give a date, I'd be surprised. But they could answer that. That could be a possibility to have the early access to the IPO for partner companies with Tesla. Let's see here. See if there's anything else that's kind of interesting that catches my eye. That Bitcoin question was kind of cool. Of course, someone just asked how many cars have been sold using Bitcoin. Is this a meaningful part of the sales, and is there a trend to it? So I mean, I think there's something to be said for that. I think it's smart. You're like, hey, look, we're gonna take another form of payment. A lot of our backers are using cryptocurrency anyway. I mean, think about it, Tesla. I mean, just the you know, not trying to be stereotypical here, but the stereotypical person who would buy a Tesla would be someone who really likes Tesla, or usually that sort of thing is technology. And most people that like technology tend to follow the same trends. So, you know, crypto is a thing. I mean, Elon's been big into crypto, especially with all the Doge tweets and everything else. I mean, there you go. I mean, it's smart marketing. Smart marketing. Let's see here. How much timing risk is still associated with Cybertruck volume production dates, and could it potentially ramp faster than Model Y production did? That's a decent question. Let's see. I'm just trying to find something maybe stock related. Here we go. When will Tesla start accepting Dogecoin as payment? Somebody did it. Somebody asked the Dogecoin question. Which, here's the thing, all right? To answer your question, Brianna, because Brianna's the one to ask the question. I know, it said Brianna R. I don't know where you're from, but Brianna, if you're listening right now, all right, I'm going to answer your question. It's already answered. See, here's the thing. Dogecoin can be exchanged for Bitcoin. So there you go. You can use your Doge to pay for it no matter what. I mean, they could accept it directly. I mean, there could be a direct acceptance of Dogecoin in the near future. But right now, they're accepting Bitcoin. So all you have to do is just transfer your Doge over to Bitcoin and use it that way for right now. At least until it comes completely open. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Dogecoin I would be surprised if it doesn't become an option in the near future. I would say that's going to happen. I'd say that's going to happen. But that's pretty funny. That's pretty cool that you asked that question. I like that. Brianna asking a Dogecoin. I should ask the question. I should ask this. Can you please repeat after me? That's what I'm going to put. I'm going to put it. Can you please repeat after me? Dogecoin to the moon. That's what I'm gonna put in there. Like, can you please? Like, this is my question is, because this is a question. I'm saying, can you please? Like, can you please repeat after me? And then just put Dogecoin to the moon. And see if Elon says it. Let's see. He says, okay, starting to get a bid here on the bottom. There you go. Started to. Boom. Got a GW. Look at this. Bam. Bam. Starting to kind of head back up there. Got a GW on Tesla. Oh, Elon. He's probably getting all pumped up right now. He's like, he's playing some Eye of the Tiger in the background right now. He's going like this. He's getting ready. He's like, yo. He's like, I gotta get all pumped up for my, so some stretching. Maybe a little yoga. Elon's rocking his yoga pants right now. He's like, yeah, I got my yoga pants on. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 33 minutes. We're gonna see what happens. I mean, it's heading back up. Maybe we bypass that 738, continue where we left off at the end of the day today on Tesla. And so, again, share the link out. Let some people know. Say, come on, jump in. Of course, if you look at Stocktwits, Let's see. $665,950 watchers. A lot of people. All right, we're getting some people popping in here, and as we continue to get more people in, make sure you introduce yourself in the live chat and say hi. Don't be afraid to chat it up. It is there. That's what it's there for. It's there for each and every one of you to utilize. Put out all your deets. Nerd Factor says AVVRY and puts. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Talk about the puts up in here. Anyway, welcome regardless. So we're following the Tesla earnings. We got the earnings here. Tesla was a beat, by the way. We've got the earnings call from old Elon here very soon. The webcast and everything is be rocking right here. Just a little over 30 minutes. So we got about a half hour until the live call webcast. We will follow along right here and see what it looks like, what they show, what they say on here. And I'll have the stock chart. I'm going to try my best to make sure everything is on the screen for you to see and updated, and so in real time here for you so that you all can experience the earnings call. You don't have to call in anywhere. You don't have to make any numbers. You just got to sit right here. You can chat it up, enjoy, and listen. Right here on the Pop the Chart live stream. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel, my name's Corey. I'm the host of Pop the Chart. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Feel free to join the show. David said, boom, shakalaka. There you go. Gotcha. Yo. So, yes. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes. It is 5 p.m. That means it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock right here. And we're getting ready for this Monday Tesla earnings, and we'll have that for you. Keep in mind the record: 294 people in here for BlackBerry. Y'all think you can beat it? Tesla. Let's see if you can beat it. Share it out. Let all the Tesla peeps know. Let them know. Say, hey, come on in, join it. Let's do this. Let them know. Say, come on in. Join it. Join the channel. Of course, there's the stock. It kind of went down. It hit a low at $715, $715.12 in the after hours, and currently moving back upward. 722.61 right now. It finished the day at 738.20. So we are seeing some movement back upward, at least to that range, but it took a big drop off, and it didn't make any sense why it dropped. To be honest with you, there was a lot of good news that came out. They had good revenue, good EPS. They had a lot of good news talking about like deliveries and things that are coming and how they've had more orders this year than previous year. I mean, there's all this good stuff. All right, so It's just kind of crazy to see Tesla drop there for a little bit, but it's nice to see it come up. You got a little bit of a little double bottom George W right here with the continue upward here. So we'll see if it goes up or if it maybe just kind of during the earnings call. We'll see. As we got 18 people in here, welcome each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining. All right, we are getting ready for the Tesla earnings call and webcast that is coming up in a little over 28 minutes. Circle the wagons. GME go burr. Yeah, GME. Oh man, all the GameStop people rocking in here right now. Good news on the EP market. See, does that mean so? What? I know, right? What? Good news on the EP. Oh man. Did you say? Yeah. It should be EPS, yo. EPS, or are you talking about something different? I think I'm misunderstanding what you're writing. EPS. Unless you went to write EV and you mistyped. There's all kinds of different things that could be. Anyway, I got you. Don't sell right now. I'm telling you. I'm not a financial advisor, but I mean Tesla is Tesla. It's gonna continue to grow, right? Come on now. But let's see here. Circle the back. It's Bills fan / Destiny. Got you. I got you. I see that. Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, I'm rocking my Cincinnati Red shirt right now. I'm a Bengals fan. You can see this right here. Yeah, Bengals. That's right. They're coming in hot right now. I'm telling you, coming in hot. It'll be a little surprise for you. But anyway, I'm rocking my red shirt right now, and I was super stoked about 2 weeks ago because the Reds were like #1 in the league, and then they went from first to worst in a matter of 8 games, 8 straight games, and now they got to play 3 against the leading Dodgers, and I'm thinking, oh man, woo. So, but I got something to look forward to. I'm telling you, Bengals, watch out, man. Joey B, Joe Burrow. Anyway, Myron asked the same question that I was asking. Like, what is what? Anyway, welcome each and every one of you. If you're new to the channel, again, my name is Corey. I'm the host of Pop the Chart. I'm not a financial advisor. Cannot tell you what to do with your money. You can make your own decisions, but I will give you the most educated information that I can so that you can make a good decision when you do so. So make sure you invest in the market at your own risk. Think about it, do some research, do your your due diligence before you make some decisions in the market. Don't just go all in and lose everything, be a little smart about it. Anyway, feel free to join the show. I usually do show, I do a market open through market close each day. However, keep that in mind, that this week is kind of a crazy week, same as last week. So if you are going to try to follow the show, don't go and be like, oh, why is this guy not live right now? Well, I'll let you know, last week I was on vacation. I came back on Friday. I was down last week for a wedding with my family, and then I left on Friday, come back here to Ohio from Florida, and then found out Saturday my aunt passed away, who I was with down the week prior. She passed away, so now I'm having to go down this week for a funeral. So I'm going to be back out of here again, probably starting tomorrow or Wednesday, sometime or other. I'm leaving to head back down there. I'm trying my best to get everything as much as I can in before I leave. So feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Feel free to join in as we do the call today. So thank you to each and every one of you that's been there, support me so far today. It's been a rough weekend, I'm telling you. I've been trying to hang in there. So appreciate each and every one of you for coming in and joining. We'll try to get the Tesla earnings in today, and then I'm gonna go mow some grass since it hasn't been mowed in a week because I was on vacation. So gotta mow it since I'm leaving again, so I gotta get my grass mowed. But trying to get so much done in a short amount of time. But anyway, Shanky Frankie's in here, says Tesla to the 100. I'm just kidding. Tesla to 1,000. 1,000? What? I had to zoom out a little bit there so I could see what you're saying. Tesla to 1,000. Yo, go get it. Right now, currently, he's like Tesla to the moon. Let's see, Meyer says Who are all these random people? Nerd Factor and Shanky Frankie. Shanky Frankie. I said Shanky. I said Shanky. All right. I said I gotta be somewhat PG on here, if you know what I mean. I don't want YouTube kicking me off now. So I gotta be a little. I said Shanky Frankie, but y'all can do the math of what the shankiness means. Anyway. Or you could just hit up the live chat and say hi and ask. You're more than welcome to ask. Anyway. So thank you to each and every one of you for joining in. We're going to get this thing rocking and rolling here very soon. Feel free to share out the link and let everybody know. Trying to grow the channel here. We had a record of 294 on the BlackBerry earnings call. Let's see if we can break that with Tesla. So make sure you tell everybody to come in and join it. Feel free to watch it. I will have this up again right here, ready to rock. 22 minutes away from the... from old Elon Musk. And here's the cool thing about Tesla. They do this thing where you can ask questions, like a Q&A, like on the website. You can go in and you can put your questions in, you can get it voted. And if your question's good enough, they vote it, it comes up, they might ask it. There's right now, let me refresh. I'm gonna refresh it. So I got the exact amount of numbers. There is 1,226 retail questions. 17 institutional questions. So you could go on there right now and you could easily ask your question. Listen to this. This is funny. Somebody wrote this. Master of Coin. Can you tell us anything about Tesla's future plans in digital currency space, or when any such major developments might be revealed? They called him Master of Coin. That is hilarious. Oh, I love it. Master of Coin. Anyway. HKA is in here and says, hey, welcome. Hey, how you doing? Why is Tesla being shorted right now? You guys, don't ask me. I'm not a hedgie. Go talk to the hedgies. They'll tell you what that's all about. Yeah. That's what I got to say about that. There's no reason. No reason for it. Makes no sense. And you know, it's like, why in the world would you short Tesla? Yeah, no, Elon could easily just tweet something out and then that's it. You know, it's kind of like that whole they were talking about GameStop. They were interviewing on Congress, Capitol Hill. They were talking to what was I can't remember which one it was, but they were talking to one of the hedgies and they were like, I don't want to say it was Melvin Capital, but they were asking the guy and they said, you know, have you ever shorted Tesla in the past? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, so, you know, since you've shorted them in the past, he's like, did you see the tweet from Elon Musk? This is the congressman asked this, all right? And by the way, the congressman's from Ohio and actually from a city that's probably 10 minutes from my house. Just saying, he's not my congressman. He's in a different district, but he's not far from where I live at. So anyway, he asked the question and he goes, the guy's like, yeah, I seen him tweet that day about GameStop, whatever. And he goes, okay. He says, did you ever think that maybe they might have seen that you shorted them in the past and then made that tweet just so the stock would go up to, you know, since you were shorting GameStop, like, you know, maybe lose money? Like, ding, 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 light bulb. Like, just saying. The guy was like, really? Elon? Yeah. Oh, come on. You know Elon knew that they shorted him. He knew it. He knew it. He tweeted it out and said, you know what? I'm going to take these hedgies down. Take the hedgies down. Get them, Elon. Old Papa Elon. That's what they said. Never said Aunt Kathy and Papa Elon will save our cause. Love it. It says 2 things you never bet against: USA, Doge, and Tesla. Get him, Shanky Frankie. Get him. 18 minutes. Y'all need to be sharing this link out. Come on. I can't believe this is Tesla and I only got 11 people in here. This ain't even right. Something ain't right now. I'm telling you. Typically, like when I do an earnings call, I've already got like 70 people in here. I don't know what's going on today. Is there something wrong with the connection? What's going on right now? Where's everybody at? Where's all the peeps at? Y'all hurting my feelings right now. You hurt my feelings. Share the link out. Let's go. Let's get this going. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for joining in. All right, so appreciate it. It says 11. I've been imagining that there's 70 there. I'm just going to close my eyes so there's at least 70 there, all right? I'm going to close it. That means I'm not going to be able to see to hit the play buttons. Y'all better start sharing this out. I can't see anything. I don't know where the play button is. Oh, I opened my eyes. I can't. It's a habit. I have to look. I'm too excited. Myron says, what is this countdown to? It's a countdown to the earnings call and webcast. HK says, I'm sharing your link in the Discord. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. HKA, you the man or woman? I don't know. You know, you're the man. I don't know if you're male, female. I'm just going to say you're awesome. How about that? Let's just go with that. Anyway, hopefully, let's see here. Myron says, hopefully I will be mine gains on my Tesla calls tomorrow. Yeah, look at you. Get it. All right. So let's get this thing rocking and rolling. 17 minutes. Here we go. It says HK is fluid. HK is fluid. No worries. I got you. It's like, anyway. So let's do this. This after hours kind of killing me. You got such this good news. Everything across the board was good news. I mean, we take a look at it. Let's go back and do a real quick recap. Tesla says semi-deliveries will begin in 2021. That's good news. Q1 deliveries are up 109% year over year. Production was up 76% year over year. So you had more deliveries, more production. You got more stuff coming out. The earnings were a beat across the board. What else do you need, ladies and gentlemen? What else do you need? I mean, y'all need Elon to tweet? Is that what this is? You're just waiting on an Elon tweet? What if Elon tweeted Tesla to the moon? Would you buy Tesla then? Come on now. Let's go, y'all. 'Cause I can't find bad news on Tesla. I know, right? He's like, I can't find bad news. Oh boy. Anyway, this year, ER plays have been awful. Yeah, earnings. It's the thing. Earnings is one of those things you gotta watch because it's like a lot of people, they get in the call and then they're listening, not paying attention to the chart, and they're not investing at that time. They're too busy like seeing what's going on. So I mean, that's it's typical. So it's typically like so far. I mean, from what I've personally seen, as far as earnings, just like the calls, it kind of goes down. As for the report, but yeah, I completely agree. Earnings has kind of been like, eh. But hey, I'm still bringing you the coverage, right? That's what I'm here for. As we are 15 minutes away from the Tesla earnings. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in and joining today. Appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in. Again, if you can, if you have the ability, and if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Feel free to join the channel. My name's Corey. I try to do the show as much as possible. I know this past week and this next week I'm a little jacked up as I'm going to be going out of town for a funeral. So keep that in mind. But I'll be back next week and ready to rock. I may be here tomorrow. I gotta call my father and find out what exact time we're leaving to go. I don't know if we're gonna leave tomorrow night, really leave during the day. I don't know. I just know we got to go back down there. Sean's in the live chat. I haven't talked to Sean in about a week. Sean's one of my regulars. Thank you so much for joining. Sean, welcome. He put 1444. 1,444 minutes. Is that how long it's been since you talked to me or something? What's this? Or are you counting? Oh, 14 minutes and 44 seconds. I got you now on the countdown. I see you now. I was like, wait, is that how many minutes it's been since I talked to you? What's it? Oh, Sean. All right. Anyway, but yeah, so I'll be heading back out of town. either tomorrow or Wednesday. Heading out because my aunt passed away, so I'm going back to Florida for a funeral. So keep that in mind. So yeah, so Sean, I don't know if you heard that or not, but yeah, so Sean just heard it. Okay, I got you. I watched the vid back on the stream. Sorry, sorry for lost. Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate it. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it's been difficult. It was rough. This morning I came back on and I started talking about it, and I got almost a little choked up there for a second. I was trying not to like let it, you know, get me on the stream, but it's been rough. It's been rough. It's not easy when you lose somebody. It's you really close to. So, but anyway. So let's look at some positive note now. Let's get a positive note. So anyway, Tesla is starting to move up a little bit. We got 12 minutes. We get to hear Papa Elon. Yeah, Papa Elon. My I know my wife and child's in the other room. They're probably like, what is he yelling right now? Papa Smurf. What did he just say? What's it? What? Anyway, I said Elon. HK says GME. Oh, you're trying to get the GameStop vibe going here. I hear you. Oh, I think my daughter just yelled back at me. She's like, what? What'd you say? What'd you say, Dad? Yo, I can't believe we only had 10 people in for Tesla. This is crazy. Where's everybody at? Where's all the Tesla people at? Come on now. I have to share it out. 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. All right, so we might get some people popping in here. I just had to post it out and let people know. We got a little over 10 minutes. 10 minutes. All right, let's see here. OMG, GME going to 200. You would just put 2,000. GME 200. 200. What? What's going on, GME? Are you serious right now? Am I going to have to refresh over here? Well, I mean, I can just drag this over and look. Oh, figures. It figures. Hold on one second. Let's pull this just to the side here. Let's go to my show stocks. Whoa, what happened to GameStop? Everybody took their money out of GameStop, put it in Tesla. Is that what happened with? It's 168. It's all good. It's above the 155 mark for a GME, so we're still good. All right. It's still above that mark. But anyway, we got a little over we got 9 minutes, a little over 9 minutes left. We got 24 people in here. Welcome to each and every one of you for coming in to join as we get ready for the Tesla earnings. Feel free to join out or to share out the link. Let everybody know. We got the earnings right here. Was a beat. But we have the earnings call with old Papa Elon. That's right, Elon Musk coming to you here in about 9 minutes, right here on the Pop the Chart live stream. My name is Corey. I'm the host of the show. Do the show each day, market open through market close. I might be doing the show tomorrow. I'm not sure. It depends. Might be heading out of town for a funeral. So keep that in mind. This might be a little crazy hours this week, but again, I still appreciate each and every one of you for hitting the like button, hit that subscribe button, come and join the channel. Thank you so much. But anyway, regardless, as we continue to look Oh, Sean said to check. It's 200 after hours. I got you. I must have looked at the. I looked at the regular hours. I had to click on it. I didn't want to leave Tesla. We're following Tesla right now. It's well, I'll check that later on with GameStop. But yes, Papa Musk coming in the house. So make sure you share it out. Let everybody know. Hey, yo, the record in here, by the way, is 294 people. That is BlackBerry earnings. If y'all can beat it, if you share it out, and we got 8 minutes. Let some people know. Come on in. If we can beat that, you set the record on my channel. Thank you so much. Again, also, I'm super close to hitting 300 subs. Y'all are more welcome to help me do that. That would be absolutely fantastic. So feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the channel. We're just going to take a look at some of the deets right now from Tesla. They said they've had production increase. Look at that. Right here's the numbers. 109% deliveries, 109% year over year. Production was 76% year over year. We beat across the board on EPS and also on sales. So beat there, and then you had deliveries are going to start very soon for the. Let's see here, the new Model S, and then you got the deliveries for the semi-truck deliveries coming in 2021. Production rates increasing. There's all kinds of good news coming out of Tesla right now. So good news. So if you like the news, hit the like button. Come on, you got to click the lickety. Yeah, just that like, just right there. Click that button. There you go. 29 people. Welcome each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining the stream. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Speaking of this call, one thing that you're going to hear that I thought's really cool about this call is they had a Q&A that you could go online, and I'm coming over here to try to pull it up, but then a Q&A is you could go online with retail investors and institutional investors. You could actually ask a question, and if you get upvoted, like they had votes, and you could like vote on people's questions. If you liked the question, you could upvote it, and if one that they really like, then they'll share ask the question to Elon. So you could have had your question asked to Elon. That's super cool. Like I got too many earnings places that do that. Usually it's just mostly institutional questions that come across on earnings calls. So that's pretty cool that Tesla allows, they want to know from the retail investors. They want to know from the people. They want to know people like you and me. Like, hey, like, what do you think about this? Like, what's your question? Come on in. And I just think that's awesome. That's super cool that a company does that. So really, really thought this call went down. And someone did ask, yo, when am I going to be able to buy a Tesla with Dogecoin? But I'm going to answer that question right away, because here's the thing. You could take Doge, you could take your Dogecoin, and you could exchange that for Bitcoin, right? Like, exchange so many Doge for Bitcoin, whatever. But you can buy a Tesla and Bitcoin. Just so you know, you can exchange it. So you look at the value of your Doge, look at the value of Bitcoin, do the exchange, move it over, boom, 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 there you go. But I would say in the near future, you're going to be able to accept straight up Doge. So yes, I think in my opinion, that might happen in the near future, but someone did ask it. I think if I was going to ask the question, it's going to be this. It's going to say, Elon, please repeat. Will you repeat after me? And then he says yes. And then it said the next question would say, Dogecoin to the moon. Ha! And this is what I would say. Dogecoin to the moon. Anyway, Andrea, welcome. Okay, so now it is flying surely at 1,000 end of year, as Aunt Kathy says. There you go. Talking about Aunt Kathy. Aunt Kathy not being a chatty catty. Get it. Let's go. Let's see. Hey, 30 views. 30. I know we're getting up over 30. Come on, 294. 294 is the record. Y'all gotta go. You gotta move this up here. Come on, get these numbers up. Move it up. Let's go. 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and I will turn the music down. I will try to keep as much as I can full screen. I'm also going to try to, if there's anything being shown, whatever, I'll try to, so you can see the stock chart, that if I have to move my big head out of the way, I will do that. Whatever I got to do, I'll do it, so that y'all can have a good experience to be able to see and enjoy the earnings call with old Elon here very soon. We got 40 people coming up in here. Thank you to each and every one of you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to join the channel. Thank you so much for everything. Hit up the live chat, y'all. You're more welcome to come on in and chat it up. We got some peeps up in there. We got HKA. We got Shanky, Frankie. We got let's see here, Pelon Rubbertoe. I like the name. Pelon Rubbertail. We got Sean. I don't know why that's so funny. I just wasn't expecting to read that. But Myron Gaines is in here. Sean's in here. Yeah, we got all kinds of peeps up in here. Nerd Factor. You come on in. Say hi. Introduce yourself in the live chat. Dear Conan. Oh, I like the smiley face. Yo, whatever I gotta do, I'll do it for you. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. It says live. Oh, they got the audio ready to rock. It already refreshed. Audio only. Okay, so it is audio only. It's 4 minutes. 4 minutes until... I'm gonna pause it just for a second while they're playing their thing, but I will go live to it. It says audio only. So if it's audio only, that's fine. Then I'll just crank it. You'll be able to hear it. Yeah, Pelon Robinson. I like that. Yeah. I got you. Discord raid. Discord raid. Oh, Discord it out there. Let everybody know, yo, I got the... Here's the thing, right? You got Tesla. There's probably so many thousand people watching just the Tesla straight up audio call. But you know what? I got the stock chart right beside it. I won up Tesla. I won up Tesla, right? I got your stock chart right here next to you. Come on, man. I got audio. I got video. I got you all. I got you covered. Let everybody know. Come on in. You can listen to it and check the stock chart out. All together. You don't have to have multiple screens up in here. You only need one, and it's gonna be the one right here. I'll pop the chart. Share it out. Let's go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. As soon as we get to 1 minute, I'll turn it up and crank it up so you can hear it. You'll... They're just gonna keep playing that music, and then I'll drop the music down in the background, and you'll be able to hear the audio. Alright, so again, feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the channel, share it out, let everybody know. Say, hey, yo, come on in here, check the stock chart out. We got the earnings, we got everything. We got everything you need. It says, I got what you need. I bet Mr. Puts bought Tesla puts. He's in here just to laugh at our call. Oh, look at y'all talking up. Oh, nothing. Sean, what happened? You just typed and nothing came out. There's a whole lot of nothing that came out of the chat there for you. Anyway, 41 people in here. Come on, let's go. We can get it. Come on, let's break the record. 294. You can do it. 294 people. Let's go. Again, my name is Corey. I'm host of Pop the Chart. We got 1 minute. I'm going to crank down the audio here. And get it up. Oh, it's the music. Here we go. We're getting ready for Tesla earnings. Old Papa Elon to be on here in just a moment. But my name is Corey. I'm the host of Pop the Chart. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Feel free to join the channel as we enjoy a little bit of pre-music prior to this earnings call. Come back, join the channel, share it out, share the link, let everybody know. Say, come on in. Hit up the live chat again. We're ready to rock. We're going to get this Tesla earnings up and rocking. Should be any moment now. We're getting so close. As I looks like... 3, 2, 1. Boom! It should be any moment. We are currently setting at 5:30 p.m. It is Tesla earnings call webcast time. Feel free, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We got really good earnings. Everything was a beat. Everything's good. Everything's good right here. We got the live chat. Come on, y'all. Are you pumped? If you're pumped, put it in the live chat right now. Tell me you're pumped. If you're pumped, I'm going to turn the music up a little higher.
Pardon me, this is the
Here we go.
Today's conference is scheduled to begin shortly. Please continue to stand by, and thank you for your patience.
Whoa, she just told me to stand by? Whoa, time out here. Yo, where's Elon? You're not Elon. Where's Elon? You did not just tell me to stand by. I'm sitting, lady. Can't you, I can't. What are you talking about, stand by? We ain't got no stand. Get that out of here. Where's Elon at? Hold on a minute. He's still purchasing some Dogecoin right now. Y'all gotta hang in there. Elon's getting some Doge right now. He's like, time out. I'm using my Coinbase account to give me some Doge. All right. Here we go. Sean said, lady, I'm a bag holder. I can't wait any longer. He said, lady, I'm a bag holder. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one. I like that, Sean. That's a good one. You got me going on that one.
The operator, today's conference will begin momentarily. Thank you for your patience, and please continue to stand by.
Please stand by. Just a minute. All right, we got just here we go. Maybe not. I don't know. It's gonna happen soon. Y'all, I'm getting so excited right here. Stacy Shriver said, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. All right, let me turn it up. That's about the easiest way I can move to that music, right? You just Pell on rubber toe. I put my life savings into this. I put my life savings into this call. I gotta know. You can't tell me to stand by. I gotta know right now. Oh, come on. Here we go. At least y'all are having some fun in the live chat. That's hilarious. I love it. I love each and every one of you. You're awesome. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Share the link out. Let's get this baby going. That's Katie says, let's go! Woo! Oh. I'm pretty sure my 1.5-year-old daughter just yelled in the background. She heard me yell, and then she just yelled. So if you hear the echo, that's my daughter in the background. See. Oh no! Don't cry, baby. It's okay. Papa Elon will be on in a minute. My wife's probably like, "What is he talking about right now?" Oh no, she's crying. My daughter's crying.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by. Your conference call will begin momentarily. Thank you for your patience, and please continue to stand by.
Oh my gosh, my daughter's crying even more. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the background. My daughter's crying right now. I'm being serious, straight up. She is crying right now. I can hear her. My wife's right out there like, what are you crying about? She's crying because she's got to wait. She's got to wait for this call. That's why. You want to hear it? Hold on. You'll hear it. Told you. Did you hear that? It's okay! It's okay! Alright, anyway. Standby counter number 3. Sean is counting the standbys right now in the live chat. Thank you, Sean. 47 people are still hanging in here, right? 48! Yo, we got another person coming in. Thank you so much. Yo, come on, y'all gotta share this out. We're ready to have some fun. It's entertainment right here on the YouTube live stream right here. Pop the share. My name's Corey, host of the show. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. Come on, 48 viewers, 11 likes. The math's not adding up here. Smash that like button. Thank you so much. And feel free to hit the subscribe button and join the channel. Join the crew. Join the club. We do the show each day, market up with the market close. However, this week going to be a little crazy as I have to head out of town for a funeral, but just keep that in mind. Be really busy, but please feel free to join the channel. Thank you. I'm assuming that Elon will be here very soon. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's talking to some peeps up in space or something right now. I don't know. Maybe he's on a call.
And pardon me, this is the operator. Our conference will begin momentarily. Thank you for your patience. Please continue to stand by.
Add another to the standby counter. Come on, Sean. Put one more on there. Here we go. I'll wait for it. Here it is. Sean, type it in the live chat. Come on. Standby counter number... Got it. It was a little bit of delay right there. I was waiting for it to come across. I'm probably gonna get like YouTube kicked for this music, because they get me for copyright reasons for like hold music sometimes. I'm like they're like, oh, this music played on your live stream, and I'm like, yo, I didn't pick the music. The whole person picked the music. Like the company, it's not me. So Elon's sleeping, so we gotta wake him up.
Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for standing by, and welcome to the Tesla first quarter 2021 results and Q&A website. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. After the presentation, there will be a question and answer session. Please be advised that today's conference is being recorded. If you require any further assistance, please press *0. I will now hand the conference over to your speaker today, Martin Vieca, Senior Director of Investor Relations.
Thank you, Carmen, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tesla's first quarter 2021 Q&A webcast. I'm joined today by Elon Musk, Zachary Kirkhorn, and a number of other executives. Our Q1 results were announced at about 1 p.m. Pacific time in the update deck we published at the same link as this webcast. During this call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our predictions and expectations as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our most recent filings with the SEC. During the question and answer portion of today's call, please limit yourself to one question and one follow-up. Please press *1 now if you would like to join the question queue. But before we jump into Q&A, Elon has some opening remarks. Elon?
Great, thank you. So Q1 2021 was a record quarter on many levels. Tesla achieved record production, deliveries, and surpassed $1 billion in non-GAAP net income for the first time. And we've seen a real shift in customer perception of electric vehicles, and our demand is the best we've ever seen. So this is, to be totally frank, we're used to seeing a reduction in demand in the first quarter, and we saw an increase in demand. That exceeded the normal seasonal reduction in demand in Q1. Model 3 became the best-selling mid-size premium sedan in the world. In fact, I should say the best-selling luxury sedan of any kind in the world. The BMW 3 Series was for the longest time the best-selling premium sedan. It's been exceeded by the Tesla Model 3. And this is only 3.5 years into production and with just 2 factories. For Model 3 to be outselling its combustion engine competitors, I think is quite remarkable. In the past couple of quarters, we delivered roughly 250,000 Model 3s, which translates to an annualized rate of 500,000 per year. When it comes to Model Y, we think Model Y will be the best-selling car or vehicle of any kind in the world, and probably next year. So I'm not 100% certain next year, but I think it's quite likely. I'd say more likely than not that in 2022, Model Y is the best-selling car or truck of any kind in the world. Then with regard to full self-driving beta continues to make great progress. This is definitely one of the hardest technical problems that exists, that's maybe ever existed. And really, in order to solve it, we basically need to solve a pretty significant part of artificial intelligence, specifically real-world artificial intelligence. And that sort of AI, the neural nets need to be compressed into a fairly small computer, a very efficient computer that we've designed, but nonetheless, a small computer that's using on the order of 70 or 80 watts. So this is, I think, a much harder problem than if you were to use, say, 10,000 computers in a server room or something like that. This has got to fit into a smallish brain. And this, I think, with the elimination of radar, we're finally getting rid of one of the last crutches. Radar was really it was making up for some of the shortfalls of vision, but this is not good. You actually just need vision to work, and when vision works, it works better than the best human. Because it's like having 8 cameras. It's like having eyes in the back of your head, the sides of your head, and 3 eyes at different focal distances looking forward. This is, and processing it at a speed that is superhuman. There's no question in my mind that with a pure vision solution, we can make a car that is dramatically safer than the average person. So, but it is a hard problem because we are actually solving something quite fundamental about artificial intelligence. We basically have to solve real-world vision AI, and we are. So, and key to solving this is also having just a massive data set. So, just having well over 1 million cars on the road that are collecting data from very sort of corner case, rare situations. Sort of like so many weird things in the world, like a truck carrying a truck, or a car with a one example is a car is an actual example, a car with a kayak on the roof, where the kayak has a little weight dangling from the front of the kayak in front of the car, and yet the car must ignore this and just look at the road. So it's really quite tricky, but I am highly confident that we will get this done. So yes, this quarter, and I think we'll continue to see that a little bit in Q2 and Q3. So Q1 had some of the most difficult supply chain challenges that we've ever experienced in the life of Tesla. Insane difficulties with supply chain, with parts of the whole range of parts. Obviously, people have heard about the chip shortage. This is a huge problem. But then, in addition to that, for example, we had quite a bit of difficulty scaling drive unit production in China because we were unable to get critical engineers there because of COVID quarantine restrictions. So, which meant that Tesla worldwide was dependent on drive units made at our factory in Nevada, Nevada. So that was a very challenging situation. I think we're mostly out of that particular problem. But those are just two of many challenges. So the team's really done an incredible job of dealing with really severe supply chain shortages. So let's see, with respect to the Model S and X, there were more challenges than expected in developing the Plaid Model S, or what's called the Palladium program, which is the new version of Model S and X, which has a revised interior and a new battery pack and new drive units and new internal electronics, and has, for example, a PlayStation 5 level infotainment system. There's just a lot of issues encountered. Ensuring that the new battery was super safe was quite hard because we're packing more energy in a smaller space. So it took quite a bit of development to ensure that the battery of the new SX is safe. And we're trying to get all the details in the cars slowly for the past few months, but we're just stacking them up in the yard and just making refinements to the cars that we've built. But we do expect to ramp Model S production and start delivering them probably next month. And then to be in sort of fairly high volume production for the S in Q3, and to start delivering Model X in Q3 as well. So I think as we ramp up, I think probably the demand for the new SX will be quite high. So it's really just going to be a question of ramping supply chain and internal production processes. So probably we're going to aim to produce over 2,000 SX per week. Perhaps, if we get lucky, upwards of 2,400 or 2,500. This again is contingent on global supply chain issues, which are just a lot of factors outside of our control here. But I do think these things will get sold, so it's just a matter of time, and then we'll be doing well over 2,000 SX per week. And it's a great car. It actually costs us less to produce, a little bit less to produce, but it is a superior product. So in conclusion, there's a lot to be excited about in 2021 and 2022. We're building factories as quickly as we can. Both Texas and Berlin are progressing well. We expect to have initial limited production from those factories this year, and volume production from Texas and Berlin next year. At the same time, we're continuing to ramp production of Model Y in Fremont and Shanghai. In the background, we're continuing development work on the Semi, Cybertruck, the Roadster, and other products. Thanks to everyone at Tesla who made this year a huge success. Now on to questions.
Thank you very much. We have some remarks from Zachary Kirkhorn as well.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Martin. Thanks, Elon. So congratulations to the Tesla team on breaking multiple records in the first quarter of 21, as Elon had mentioned, which is typically the most difficult of the year for many reasons. To summarize the quarter, I think it's best understood by three key items. First, we successfully launched and began the ramp of Model Y in Shanghai, achieving positive gross margin in the first quarter of production and receiving a great reception from the market. Second, as Elon mentioned, although we began the production process for the Model S during the quarter, we had not yet begun customer deliveries. The reduction in Model S and X deliveries from Q4 to Q1 were a meaningful headwind to free cash flows and profit generation. For example, we incurred an estimated $200 million of direct P&L impact relating to this program in Q1, the majority of which is reflected in COGS, and that's before even considering the impact of lost revenue and profits as a result of the transition. And as Elon mentioned, we expect the first deliveries to begin shortly. Third, as we continue to work through the instability of the global supply chain, particularly around semiconductors and port capacities, while the Tesla team, in partnership with our suppliers, did tremendous work keeping our factories running, we did experience high expedite costs in the quarter, and they were also higher than they were in Q4, with some minor interruptions to production over the course of the quarter. But we believe that this landscape is improving, but it does remain difficult, and it's an evolving situation. If we double-click within net income, auto gross margin, excluding credits, improved sequentially and year over year. This is in spite of the cost mentions for S and X and expedites and a reduction in global ASPs, as our cost structure as a company is reducing at an even faster pace. So as we look out over the course of the year, we feel optimistic about our gross margin strength, particularly as some of these headwinds we're experiencing start to be resolved. On services and other margins, these have recovered and are trending towards profitability, aided by strength in the used car business, operational improvements in service, and additional service revenue opportunities that help absorb fixed overheads. On energy gross margins, these remained negative for a second quarter. This is driven by solar roof-related ramp costs and winter seasonality in the lease PPA business. We continue to manage through a multi-quarter backlog on Powerwall. We're working as fast as we can to increase production, and this will aid in profitability of this business as those volumes increase. On operating expenses, these increased for Q1. which is driven by our investments in technology and growth. In particular for R&D, this includes the structural battery pack and 4680 cells, investments in the new SNX, and our neural net and silicon investments. On the SG&A side, we're setting up infrastructure and support for both China and EMEA in anticipation of volume to come there. And as I've said before, our plans show that we remain on track for sustained industry-leading operating margins. Double-clicking on cash flows, we continue to generate positive free cash flows, and this was despite the significant working capital headwinds from SNX. Additionally, we are making progress reducing various forms of debt. We also invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin during the quarter, then trimmed our position by 10%, which contributed to a small gain in our Q1 financials. Taking a step back, we've generated $8 billion in operating cash flows and $4 billion in free cash flows over the past 4 quarters. As we look forward, our plans remain unchanged for long-term growth of 50% annually, and we believe we're on track to exceed that this year as we guided to last quarter. Global demand remains meaningfully higher than production levels, and so we're driving as fast as we can to increase our production rates. As we think about Q2 and Q3, these quarters should largely be driven by execution on SNX, as we've discussed, continued ramp of Model Y in Shanghai, and the associated cost reductions of these programs. And we expect profitability and cash generation to evolve over the course of the year in line with those improvements. And then as we get towards the end of the year, our story will pivot towards the launch and ramp of our newest factories in Austin and Berlin. So there's certainly no shortage of exciting things for us to work on and look forward to. Thank you, and we'll open it up for questions.
Thank you very much. And we'll first take retail questions from Say website. The first question is, how is Dojo coming along? Could Dojo unlock an AWS-like business line for Tesla over the next few years?
Yeah, I'll jump in here. So, with respect to Dojo...
Sorry, Zach, my apologies, I was on mute.
Oh, go ahead, Elon.
Yeah, it's just basically saying that although, like right now, people think of Tesla as, a lot of people think Tesla is a car company or perhaps an energy company. I think long-term people will think of Tesla as much as an AI robotics company as we are a car company or an energy company. I think we are developing one of the strongest hardware and software AI teams in the world. Certainly, we appear to be able to do things with full self-driving that others cannot. So, and if you look at the evolution of what technologies we developed them in order to solve the problem of self-driving. So we couldn't find a powerful enough neural net inference computer, so we designed and built our own. The software out there was really quite primitive for this task, and so we built a team from scratch and have been developing what we think is probably the most advanced real-world AI in the world. And then it sort of makes sense that this is kind of what needs to happen, because the road system is designed for a neural net computer, our brain. Our brain is a neural net computer. And it's designed, the entire road system is designed for vision with a neural net computer, which is because it's designed for eyes in a brain. And so if you have a system which has very good eyes, you can see in all directions at once, you can see 3 focal points ahead or forward, but it never gets tired. It's never sort of texting. It has redundancy, and its reaction time is superhuman. Then it seems pretty obvious that such a system would achieve an extremely high level of safety, far in excess of the average person. So that's what we're doing. Then Dojo is kind of the training part of that. So because we have over 1 million cars, and perhaps next year we'll have 2 million cars in active use, providing vast amounts of video training data that then needs to be digested by a very powerful training system. And currently, we use it's Tesla training software. So we developed a lot of training software, a lot of labeling software to be able to do surround video labeling, which is quite tricky. This means all 8 cameras simultaneously at 36 frames a second per camera, labeling video over time. There wasn't any tool that existed for this, so we developed our own labeling tool. Then taking it a step further, obviously the holy grail is auto labeling. So now we're getting quite good at auto labeling, where the trainers train the training system, and then the system auto labels the data, and then the human labelers just need to look at the labeling to confirm that it is correct and perhaps make edits. And then every time an edit is made, that further trains the system. So it's kind of like a flywheel that's just sort of spinning up. And really the only way to do this is with vast amounts of video data. So then we need to train this efficiently. So Dojo is really it is a supercomputer optimized for neural net training. We think Dojo will be probably an order of magnitude more efficient on say, I'm not sure what the exact right metric is, but say per frame of video, we think it'll be an order of magnitude more cost efficient in hardware and in energy usage per frame of video compared to a GPU-based solution, or compared to the next best solution that we're aware of. So then possibly that could be used by others. It does seem as though over time, I mean, just an observation, I think basically just a fact, that neural net-based computing or AI-based computing is more and more of the compute stack. Conventional computing, perhaps heuristics based computing, is still going to be important, still going to be very important, but it will become, but neural net will become a bigger and bigger portion of compute. So anyway, that was a long story, but I think, yeah, probably others will want to use it too, and we'll make it available.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the second question from retail investors. The recent price changes on solar roof have been discouraging for customers and investors. Could Tesla share more about solar roof challenges and if the outlook has changed at all, i.e. 1,000 roofs per week? Yeah,
first of all, I should say that the demand for the solar roof remains strong. So despite raising the price, the demand is still significantly in excess of our ability to meet the demand to install the solar roofs. So production is going fine, but we are choked at the installation point. We did find that we basically made some significant mistakes in assessing the difficulty of certain roofs, but the complexity of roofs varies dramatically. Some roofs are to be literally 2 or 3 times easier than other roofs. So you just can't have a one-size-fits-all situation. If a roof has a lot of protuberances, or if the roof the core structure of the roof is rotted out or is not strong enough to hold the solar roof, then the costs can be can be double, sometimes 3 times what our initial quotes were. So in those cases, what we've obviously offered to do is to refund customers their deposit, but what we cannot do is go and just lose a massive amount of money. We just got to provide a refund of the deposit. But perhaps what is I think most important about the solar roof situation, which I tweeted about this past week, is that we're shifting the whole sort of solar situation, so the solar Powerwall, basically solar plus battery situation, to there's only one product, basically, or there's only one configuration. Every house, we will not sell a house solar without a Powerwall. That solar could either be solar retrofit, with conventional panels put on a roof, or it can be the Tesla solar glass roof. But in all cases, it will have the Powerwall 2. Technically, it's actually Powerwall 2 Plus, if you will. The Plus refers to a higher peak power capability. So basically, all Powerwalls made since roughly November of last year have a lot more peak power capability than the specification on the website. They have about twice the power capability, roughly. It depends on how you count power, but about twice the peak power, and about arguably twice the steady state power of the specification on the website. The energy is the same, but the power is roughly double. And all installations, all installations will have the Powerwall, and the difficulty of the installation will dramatically increase, or the difficulty of the installation will be much less. It'll be much easier because the power from the solar roof, solar glass roof, or the solar panels will only ever go directly into the Powerwall, and the Powerwall will only ever go between the utility mains, between the utility and the main power panel of the house, which means you never need to touch the main circuit breakers of the house. You never need to touch the house circuit breakers. Effectively, almost every house therefore looks the same electrically, instead of being a unique work of art and requiring exceptional ability to rewire the main panel. So this is extremely important for scalability. It's the only way to do it, really. And this also means that every solar Powerwall installation, that the house or apartment, whatever the case may be, will be its own utility. And so even if all the lights go out in the neighborhood, you will still have power. So that gives people energy security. And we can also, in working with the utilities, use the Powerwalls to stabilize the overall grid. So let's say that there's like there was in Texas, there was a peak power demand, and that peak power demand, because the grid lacked the ability to buffer the power, they had to shut down power. There's no power storage, no good form of power storage. However, with a whole bunch of Powerwalls at houses, we can actually buffer the power. So if the grid needs more power, we can actually then, with the consent, obviously, of the homeowner and in partnership with the utility, we can then actually release power onto the grid to take care of peak power demands. So effectively, the Powerwalls can operate as a giant distributed utility. This is profound. I'm not sure how many people will actually understand this, but this is extremely profound and necessary, because we are headed towards a world where, as we were just talking about earlier, where people are moving towards electric vehicles. This will mean that the power needs at homes and businesses will increase significantly. There will need to be a bunch more electricity coming somewhere. In fact, if you go to full renewable electricity, we need about 3 times as much electricity as we currently have. These are rough numbers, but you roughly need twice as much electricity if all transport goes electric, and then you need 3 times as much electricity if all heating goes electric. So basically, this is a prosperous future, I think, both for Tesla and for the utilities. Because, and in fact, I think this will be very, if this is not done, the utilities will fail to serve their customers. They won't be able to do it. They won't be able to react fast enough. And we're going to see more and more of what we see in California and Texas of people seeing brownouts and blackouts and the utilities not being able to respond because there's a massive change going on with the transition to electric transport, and we're seeing more extreme weather events. This is a recipe for disaster. So it is very important to have solar and batteries at the local level at the house. In addition, it is important to have large battery storage at the utility level, so that solar and wind, which are the main forms of renewable electricity, that electricity can be stored, because sometimes the wind doesn't blow, sometimes it blows a lot, sometimes it blows too much, and sometimes it doesn't blow enough. But if you have a battery, you can store the energy and provide the energy to the grid as needed. The same goes for solar, because obviously the sun does not shine at night, and sometimes it is very cloudy. And so by having battery storage paired with solar and wind, this is the long-term solution to a sustainable energy future. And as I said, this really needs to occur both at the local level and at the utility level. If it doesn't occur at the local level, what will actually be required is a massive increase in power lines, in power plants. So they have to put long distance and local power lines all over the place. They'll have to increase the size of the substations. It's a nightmare. This must occur. There must be solar plus battery. It's the only way. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. And the next retail question is, Master of Coin, can you tell us anything about Tesla's future plans in digital currency space, or when any such major developments might be revealed?
Sure. Thanks, Martin. So as I noted in our opening remarks, and we've announced previously, so Tesla did invest $1.5 billion into Bitcoin in Q1, and then we subsequently sold a 10% stake in that. We also allow customers to make vehicle deposits and final vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. And so where our Bitcoin story began, maybe just to share a little of the context here, Elon and I were looking for a place to store cash that wasn't being immediately used, try to get some level of return on this, but also preserve liquidity. Particularly as we look forward to the launch of Austin and Berlin and uncertainty that's happening with semiconductors and port capacity, being able to access our cash very quickly is super important to us right now. And, there aren't many traditional opportunities to do this, or at least that we found, and in talking to others, that we could get good feedback on, particularly with yields being so low and without taking on additional risk or sacrificing liquidity. And Bitcoin seemed at the time, and so far has proven to be a good decision, a good place to place some of our cash that's not immediately being used for daily operations, or maybe not needed till the end of the year, and be able to get some return on that. And, I think one of the key points that I want to make about our experiences in the digital currency space is that there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic here. We're certainly watching it very closely at Tesla, watching how the market develops, listening to what our customers are saying. But, thinking about it from a corporate treasury perspective, we've been quite pleased with how much liquidity there is in the Bitcoin market. So our ability to build our first position happened very quickly. When we did the sale later in March, we also were able to execute on that very quickly. And so as we think about kind of global liquidity for the business and risk management, being able to get cash in and out of the markets is something that I think is exceptionally important for us. So we do believe long-term in the value of Bitcoin, so it is our intent to hold what we have long-term and continue to accumulate Bitcoin from transactions from our customers as they purchase vehicles. You know, specifically with respect to things we may do, there are things that we're constantly discussing. We're not planning to make any announcements here. We're watching this space closely. So when we're ready to make an announcement on this front, if there's one to come, you know, we'll certainly let you all know.
Thank you. And the fourth question from retail investors is, does Tesla have any proactive plans to tackle mainstream media's imminent, massive, and deceptive clickbait headline campaigns on safety of autopilot or FSD, perhaps specialty PR job of some sort?
I'll take this one, guys. From the safety side, I continue to say, Elon, that safety is a driving point and all. Go ahead, Elon.
I think please go ahead. I think it's perhaps worth just going through the facts of the specifically there was an article regarding a tragedy where there was a high-speed accident in Tesla that and there was really just extremely deceptive media practices where it was claimed to be autopilot, where this is completely false. And those journalists should be ashamed of themselves. Please go ahead, Lars.
Yeah, thanks, Elon. So I was just saying we're committed to safety in all our designs, and that's number one in what we do here. Regarding the crash in Houston specifically, we work directly with the local authorities, NTSB and NHTSA, wherever applicable, and whenever they reach out to us for help, directly on the engineering level and whatever else we can support. In that vein, we did a study with them over the past week to understand what happened in that particular crash, and what we've learned from that effort was that AutoSteer did not and could not engage on the road condition that as it was designed. Our adaptive cruise control only engaged when a driver was buckled and above 5 miles per hour, and it only accelerated to 30 miles per hour over the distance before the car crashed. As well, adaptive cruise control disengaged the car slowly to complete to a stop when the driver's seatbelt was unbuckled. Through further investigation of the vehicle and accident remains, we inspected the car with NTSB and NHTSA and the local police, and we were able to find that the steering wheel was indeed deformed, so leading to the likelihood that someone was in the driver's seat at the time of the crash, and all seatbelts post-crash were found to be unbuckled. We were unable to recover the data from the SD card at the time of impact, but the local authorities are working on doing that, and we await their report. As I said, we continue to hold safety in a high regard and look to improve our products in the future through this kind of data and other information from the field.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to the next question from institutional investors. The first question is, proponents of alternative grid storage technologies claim that lithium-ion is unsuited for long-term storage at scale due to vampire drain. Could 4680 cells address this limitation? Is the limitation even relevant for charging the energy equation?
Yeah, just let me jump in on the vampire drain. That's definitely not the issue. A good lithium-ion cell self-discharges less than 0.001% of its energy per day. So this vampire drain is maybe a non-sequitur. No. Yeah.
As mythical as vampires.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the challenge with seasonal storage is your value proposition drops from hundreds of useful full cycles per year to less than maybe 10 or maybe even less than 5 cycles per year. So it's just a different type of technology, altogether that would make sense, given that it's more than an order of magnitude different use case.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a long way to go before we're dealing with seasonal technology issues. But certainly a way to deal with seasonal technology would be to have wind and solar growing on the side of more southerly latitudes, but then across a variety of longitudes. So essentially, like let's say in the U.S., for example, if there was, I'm not sure if you'll understand that you can actually power the entire United States with just sort of roughly a 100-mile by 100-mile grid of solar. Sometimes people don't quite understand, like, well, how much solar is needed to power the United States? Almost nothing of the United States required to power the United States. And this is true of almost any country in the world. The solar incidence is a gigawatt per square kilometer. This is insane. In fact, if you took the clear area, just the area, for nuclear power plants, the area that is considered not usable because a nuclear power plant is there, in most cases, if you just put solar there, it would generate more power than the nuclear power plant. This is because they typically have pretty wide clear areas. If you have, say, 25% efficient solar panels, and then those are 80% efficient in how they're laid out, you're going to do about 200 megawatts per square kilometer. Therefore, 5 square kilometers is a gigawatt, which might be a typical sort of power plant. It's really not much area at all, and a lot of places can have wind and solar in the same place. So, anyway, it's entirely possible to power all of Earth with a small percentage of Earth's area, and then to transmit that power through high voltage DC lines. No new technology. No. You don't need room temperature superconductors. This is also another myth. Room temperature superconductors, almost irrelevant in my opinion. Almost irrelevant. Low cost, long distance power lines using copper or aluminum, very important. So heating is I squared R. So that's current squared times resistance. So as you increase voltage, you can drop the current dramatically and drop the heating dramatically to the point where it is of minor relevance. Like maybe you lose 5 to 7% with a high voltage DC power line, something like that. So I want to be clear, no physics is necessary, no new materials is necessary. We just need to scale this thing up. We have the technologies exist today to solve renewable energy. And sometimes people say, well, why don't we do it? That's because the energy basis of the Earth is gigantic, super, mega, insanely gigantic. So you can't just go and do a zillion terawatts overnight. You've got to build the production capacity for the cells, for the battery cells, for the solar cells. You've got to put that into vehicles. You've got to put that into stationary storage packs. You've got to put that into solar panels and solar glass roofs, and you've got to deploy all this stuff. But it is certainly the case that we can accelerate this, and we should try to accelerate it. The right thing to do, I think, from an economic standpoint, and I think almost any economist would agree, is to have a carbon tax, just as we have a tax on cigarettes and alcohol, which we think are more likely to be bad than good, and we tend to tax fruit and vegetables less. The same should be true. We should tax energy that we think is probably bad, and support energy we think is probably good, just like cigarettes and alcohol versus fruits and vegetables. It's just common sense. But I guess on the plus side, I'm not suggesting anyone be complacent, but sustainable energy, renewable energy will be solved. It is being solved, but it matters how fast we solve it. And if we solve it faster, that's better for the world.
Thank you very much.
There's no question in my mind whatsoever that the energy storage problem can be solved with lithium-ion batteries. Zero. I want to be clear. Zero. I think the bias will tend to be towards iron-based lithium-ion cells. When people say lithium-ion, people think lithium must be a big constituent of the cells. It's more like 1% to 2% of the cell is lithium. The main part of the cell is the cathode. The main mass and cost in the cell is the cathode. For high energy cells, like for example, what we use in most Teslas have nickel-based lithium-ion cells, which have higher energy density, longer range than iron-based cells. However, for stationary storage, the energy density is not as important because it's just sitting on the ground. And so I think the vast majority of stationary storage will be iron-based lithium-ion cells with an iron phosphate cathode, technically. But I think the phosphate part is unnecessary. It's really just iron or nickel. Unnecessary in the terminology. Just think of it as iron or nickel. And there's an insane amount of iron in the world, more iron than we could possibly use, and there's also more lithium than we could possibly use. Basically, there is no shortage of anything whatsoever in iron phosphate lithium-ion cells.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the next question from institutional investors, which is, you've suggested that between a 5x to 10x improvement is achievable in the automotive production versus the first Model 3 line on the first principles physics analysis. Where does Berlin sit relative to that limit?
Oh, I think we're still quite far away from it. I mean, the thing to bear in mind with production is, for those who've never done production, they just don't understand how insanely hard production is. I want to really be very, very emphatic here. Prototypes are trivial. They're child's play. Production is hard. It is very hard. Now you say production at large scale with high reliability and low cost, insanely difficult. But what Tesla achieved on the automotive side was not to create an electric car. The truly profound thing on the car side is that Tesla was the first American car company to achieve volume production of a car in 100 years and not go bankrupt. So this basically, myself and many others at Tesla had to basically have several aneurysms to get this done. It was so hard. You have no idea. So anyway, and the thing about making a large, complex manufactured object is, let's say you have first order approximation 10,000 unique items. If even one of those items is slow, that says your weight. Just one. Doesn't matter how, so trivial. We've had production stop because of carpet in the trunk. We had production stop because of a USB cable. At one point for the Model S, we literally raided every electronics store in the Bay Area. For a few days there, nobody could buy a USB cable in the Bay Area because we went and bought them all to put them in the car. Literally. And there's like hundreds of stories like that. So anyway, that's solving those constraints and a logistics problem that makes World War II look trivial. I'm not kidding. Like, the scale is insane. We're talking millions of cars, massive global supply chain, 50 countries, dozens of regulatory regimes. It's insane. So, yeah.
Thank you. And the last question from institutional investor is, Master Plan Part 2 talks about an urban transport vehicle that is smaller than traditional bus with greater aerial density achieved by removing the central aisle. Do you have any updates to share on this goal?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's move to analyst Q&A.
Thank you. First question is from Pierre Ferragu with New Street Research. Your line is open.
Hi, guys. Thanks a lot for taking my question. I'd love to get actually an update on what you presented on the battery day. In the last 6-7 months, I was wondering how much progress you've made on that front. First, in terms of process development, so how are things coming together on your pilot line? Are you getting to the kind of production throughput you were aiming for? And second, actually on your production ramp, so I was wondering in which sites you're ramping production capacity for the 4680 cell and where you stand on ramping up that capacity as well. And I'll have a quick follow-up on energy as well, if that's possible.
Well, so we have the, and Drew closely add to this, but we have a small sort of pilot plant, which is still big by normal standards. Expect to have like a 10 gigawatt hour per year capability in Fremont, California, and we've made quite a few cells. We're not quite yet at the point where we think the cells are reliable enough to be shipped in cars, but we're getting close to that point. And then we've already ordered most of the equipment for battery production in Berlin, and then much of it for Austin as well. So we're really down to like the nitty-gritty elements. But overall, I think we still feel quite optimistic about this achieving volume production of the 4680 next year.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Just one thing I would add is there's been a lot of questions about yield. Actually, I noticed people asking about that, and the yield progress has been really strong every day. When we were really still in commissioning phase with most of the tools, to the point where we're confident that the yield trajectory aligns with our internal cost projections. We did talk about yield also at Battery Day, which is one of the reasons why it's useful to check in on that. It takes a while, as Elon just mentioned, to go from prototype to production, and it's not just parts, it's processes, it's equipment. But as we've matured those pieces of the process equipment, we've gotten to where we need to be on the yield side.
Yeah, and basically, this is just a guess because we don't know for sure, but it appears as though we're about 12, probably not more than 18 months away from volume production of the 4680. Now, at the same time, we are actually trying to have our cell supply partners ramp up their supply as much as possible. So this is not something that is to the exclusion of suppliers. It is in conjunction with suppliers. So
yeah.
we want to be super clear about that. This is not about replacing suppliers. It is about supplementing the suppliers. So we have a very strong partnership with CATL, with Panasonic, and LG. And our request to our strategic partners for cell supply is please supply us with as much as you possibly can. Provided the price is affordable, we will buy everything that they can make.
Yeah, and specific to that, we're on track to more than double the supplier capacity over the next 13.
Yeah, exactly. We do expect from suppliers willing to receive double the cell output next year versus this year.
Yep.
Okay. And I had a quick follow-up on maybe Zach for you on your energy business. So I understand like the negative gross margin with solar roof RAM, but I was wondering, what do gross margin look like there when you look at the storage business, and what's your ambition in terms of gross margin in that business? As I guess it's going to grow in the mix in coming years. So it's important for long-term modeling.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of.
We're aiming for comparable margins in storage as in vehicle, but it is important to bear in mind that vehicle is more mature than storage. So we already are at good margins with the Powerwall, but some additional work is needed for the Megapack to achieve good margins. Yeah, Drew, what do you think?
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, just jumping in, Elon. Absolutely agree. Yeah, Powerwall is mature. We've been producing Powerwall 2 for 3 years now, and we're at good margins there. But Megapack has more room to go to achieve our targets.
So we have a clear runway for improving the cost per the megawatt hour of the Megapack.
Absolutely, yes, we do.
Thank you. Let's go to the next question, please.
From Rod Lackey with Wolfe Research, please go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I was hoping maybe just first you could talk a little bit about how you're thinking about the rollout of version 9 of FSD and the transition to the subscription model. It sounds like some of this is about to roll out next month. I'm not sure if that's the subscription model, but maybe you could just spend a little time talking about how impactful you expect that to be.
Sorry, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, we're working on getting FSD subscription out. There's a couple of internal technical dependencies, but from a business model perspective, that's aligned, and we're hoping to roll that out soon. The key thing that I say here, there's a lot of potential for recurring revenue based on an FSD subscription. If you look at the size of our fleet and you look at the number of customers who did not purchase FSD up front or on a lease and maybe want to experiment with FSD, this is a great option for them. One of the things we'll need to keep an eye on is a potential transition from cash purchases of FSD subscription over to cash purchases of FSD who may move over to FSD subscription. And so there could be a period of time in which cash reduces in the near term, and then as the portfolio of subscription customers builds up, then that becomes a pretty strong business for us over time. But we're hoping to get this launched pretty soon and see what the response is to it.
Okay, great. And was hoping, Zach, maybe you could just talk a little bit about OpEx. There was a noticeable increase, even excluding SBC. Obviously, a lot going on this quarter, but can you maybe just talk a little bit about how we should be thinking about that going forward?
Sure. On the R&D side, what we're seeing, as I mentioned in my opening remarks, is kind of a convergence of a series of programs that are happening, and our R&D OpEx spend kind of correlates to where we are in the product life cycle on different programs. And so we're kind of at the tail end of investments in what we call internally Palladium, which is the new Model S and Model X. And so we expect that to decrease over time, but it was high in Q1 for a lot of the reasons that Elon had mentioned. We're also getting very heavy into 4680 development that Drew and team are working on, and the associated structural battery pack that goes along with that. And so these are new technologies, not only new to Tesla, but new to the industry. And so we're investing heavily there on an R&D side to work out those kinks. And spend along in those areas should continue over time as we continue to work through the development cycle of those. And then I also mentioned Elon talked a bit about Dojo and the potential there. So from neural net investments and custom silicon investments, these continue to be areas that we spend on. make investments in. On the SG&A side, the business is pivoting very quickly to be global, and China is ramping quite quickly, and we're trying to make sure that we are staying ahead of the volume so that we have the right sales capacity, store capacity there, local investments in IT and others to manage the growth, such that as the growth comes, the execution challenges are smaller than maybe in similar periods of growth that we've seen in the past. And so we're making investments there ahead of the growth. And overall, as we look at OPEX as a percentage of revenue over the course of the year, we do expect to see a substantial drop from 2020 to 2021 as the volumes in the latter part of the year pick up.
Thank you. Let's go to the next question, please.
Thank you. From Dan Levy with Credit Suisse. Your line is open.
Hi. Good evening. Thanks. Two questions. One is on COGS. I think we've gotten from Battery Day a pretty good feel about the potential for COGS reduction related to powertrain, but I'd like to get a sense of the path to reducing COGS ex powertrain. As you'd still need a meaningful reduction on that front to make the math work on a $25,000 vehicle. So what levers do you have to reducing your cost ex powertrain? Is it just more scale, better supplier pricing, or is it just based on ongoing cost reductions?
Sure. I think all of the above.
Yeah, on the vehicle side, there's plenty of opportunity as well. Obviously, building a car like a Model S is quite complex and has various moving parts. Model 3 and Model Y were steps of improvement in that. But when you look at some of the other advancements that we're including in the Model Y factories into Austin and Berlin, we've reduced the body part count by as much as 60%, and the part costs money. So we continue to find optimizations there, as well as we get economies of scale when we start to talk about the volumes we're considering worldwide with 4 factories building the same vehicle. So both of those things on the vehicle side will improve our COGS as well, and the powertrain continues to be integrated into that.
Great. And then just related, as we see Berlin and Austin ramp, I'd like to just get a sense on the comparison of Fremont versus the new capacity. Obviously, Fremont non-optimized because you bought, the old NUMMI facility. You had to retrofit that to your needs. So maybe you can give us a sense of how your new capacity is going to differ versus Fremont. What are the areas that you have efficiencies that you previously didn't have, and maybe how much does that add up to improved COGS over time to help you achieve that $25,000 vehicle?
Yeah, I don't think we don't want to talk too much about future product development. The earnings calls are not the right place for to make major product announcements. So yeah, we'll get there, but we'll talk about it later.
All right. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, this is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for dialing in and for listening, and we'll speak to you again in about 3 months. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
This concludes today's conference call. Thank you for participating. You may now disconnect.
All right, see. What a way to end the call. I have to say it because it's hilarious. So, what about future product developments? Elon's like, he was given the cut sign we couldn't see it because it's an audio only, but he's like, not today. David said, not today, bro. Not today. Oh, Elon. I love the one question. The person's like, so what do you think about this, this, and this? And he's like, all the above. You could tell that call was getting long, and Elon was like, y'all, man, I've already like gave you as much as I can give you, and you're asking me for more. And he's like, not today, bro, not today. I like that. But hey, Tesla's earnings, they were good, they were great, and I will have to say, a lot of good stuff that came out of Elon. There's a lot of good information, especially on the solar aspect. I really think that was interesting. And I know there was a few times he kind of, goes on his little tangents, but some of the stuff that he says, I'm telling you, it's cool stuff. It's interesting stuff, especially the solar thing. I've been personally looking for solar panels to put on my house. I've been thinking about doing that in the near future. It's one of those things. I could literally cut my electric bill to nothing. Just by doing the solar panels and then providing that energy to our energy company here where I live at, I could provide that, and then they would actually give me a discount or basically a credit for using that service or using the extra that I don't use. So if you didn't know much about that, he is right in that aspect that if they got together and the whole world just starts going to this solar thing and they provide it, it's going to increase the grid, increase power. And I think that's smart. It's genius. And they're basically like, hey, yo, we got a product. Like, because there's a lot of people going to be in the market for selling that stuff, right? Like, and they're like, yo, we got a product for it. Not only that, yo, you can charge a car on it. Just saying. You can charge your car, there you go. So I think it's smart. I think that some of the ideas and some of the things that he says is just really genius. It's above and beyond. And he says, how much do you spend to get your money? Okay, so Stacey, how much you spend to get your money back? Okay, so here's the deal. Like, for the installation, I last looked. Because I'm in the state of Ohio and they do give you like a credit or whatever. There's like a credit thing you can get back. And like how long? I think the total amount is somewhere in the vicinity, depending on the company and who you get to do it and whatever, is like 15 to 20 grand, kind of to put it. Some are 30 grand. It really depends on who you go with. But if you get someone that can do it, like 15 to 20 grand, and I think by the end of the day, it would take like a few years, so many years to pay it off. But by the time you pay it off or whatever, pay that off, because like the payment would be right about what your normal electric bill would be. But the crazy thing is, half the year up here in Ohio where I live at, half the year you really don't use a lot of electricity. So like if I look at my bill, like in the winter months is when I use it the most, right? Because it's cold, we got to heat the house, so forth, so on, so you use it more. But in the summertime, it doesn't really use hardly any at all. So all that extra that comes from the summertime would be plenty enough. I actually did the math based on wattage that it would actually pay off everything in the wintertime. It would be like a wash. So basically, I could get it done, pay the same electric bill that I had originally, pay that for so many years, and then once that gets paid off, then my electric, as long as the solar panels last, which they're supposed to last like 30 to 50 years or something like that, which is a lot longer than what it would be to pay it off, I would basically have free electricity after so many years. And it's just one of those things, like, I'm going to pay that bill regardless. So at the end of the day, it would be smart for me to just do it. I just haven't done it yet because, I want to get some more, I want to see, because as this thing starts to roll out, is the price going to come down because more people are getting in the market? That's kind of what I'm kind of waiting to see if that price comes down a little bit, because if it does, I can save a little bit of money before I get it done. So that's the thing. And I don't know I can't remember the exact top of my head how long it was. But then you also get the tax credit on top of that. They do a tax credit here in the state of Ohio. So there's all kinds of stuff you can get for doing it. And yeah, at the end of the day, it makes your electricity cheaper, less bills, and then you're also being, energy efficient. You're also helping out the climate change and everything that's going on with that. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. And he's perfectly smart by saying that. And he's offering a product that you could literally just take and put a plug that thing right on into your car, let it go ahead and get some power in your car while you're at it, right? So again, though, I grant it depends on how much power the car is going to use too, extra on top. I mean, I might still have to pay a little bit of bill, but not as much. And at the end of the day, you're saving, conserving gas and all that. I mean, it's one of those things. I think it's smart. It's the future. It's the way everything's going. So So that's my take on it. I think Tesla's a great company. I think what they're doing is insane. He's right. Production takes a while. It's not easy. For them to get as far as they've got is just absolutely I guess you can say a miracle, but actually just like a great success story, I guess is the words I'm looking for. So that's my take on it. I mean, you can't beat it when they literally said they had with all the stuff that happened in Q1 that was negative, with all the production issues, boom, Tesla still beat their earnings. Just saying. But old Papa Elon talking about Bitcoin, saying they take some money, put it over to the side, get some liquidity in the company, like they were in the master of coin. They said the master of coin. So anyway, all that good news came in, and David said the Stocktwits amount of people watching on Stocktwits actually increased, so that's big. Before you bolt out of here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for hanging in there. Thank you, David. Thank you, Stacy. I'm talking to some of the people in the live chat that was up in here. Let's see here. Who else we got up in here? I'm trying to get everybody. I'm going to scroll up. HKA was in here. We had HK. Sean was in here. Katie was in here. Nerd Factor was in here. Let's see here. Let me go through it. Deer Coden. Myron Gaines was in here. Andrea. Mr. Putz says Mr. Putz. Let's see here. I got to say Shanky Frankie, but y'all can go and read the name. Pelon Roberto. Let's see here. That name just cracks me up every time I read it. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody that I missed? I'm trying to go through here. Circle the Baggins here. Let's see here. Con Andreas was in here. Thank you to each and every one of you so much for coming in and hanging out. Boom shakalaka. I like it. That was your Tesla earnings. My name's Corey. I'm host of Pop the Chart. I want to say thank you again to each and every one of you. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you join the channel. I do the show each day, market open through market close. Again, this week's going to be a little crazy because I'm going out of town for a funeral. So we will... I may be on tomorrow. I may not. So if you see I'm scheduled for in the morning, go ahead and come on in and say hi. I usually do at 9:25, so just be on the lookout if you hit that sub button for me to come in. If not, I will be back next week. I will try my best to maybe do some type of update if I can. If I can't, then I apologize. I will see you all next week. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Corey, host of Pop the Chart, heading out. Bye.